Bum 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 bum. You're off key. Hi everyone, and welcome to Mistakes Were Made, the show where we talk about mistakes and things we love, and maybe even remember why we love them in the first place. I'm your host and residential mistake artist, Eduardo Vaca, and with me as always is fellow mistake artist, Christopher Hecker.
Hi, Eduardo.
Yeah, can't get back at me. I go by my first name, Chris, always.
Oops,
shit. His name is Chris. And with us today, very special guest, friend of the show, a friend of mine from Cal State Long Beach, Adriana Morales. Hi, Adriana.
Hi, Eduardo.
Hi. Oh, she knows my name. Oh, shit.
Wow.
That's friendship.
Friendship.
God,
True friend. So how are we doing?
I wish I had one.
You're right. How are we feeling? How are we doing? We're a week into 2018. How are we gelling with the new year?
I stopped crying after the 5th day.
But the 6th day, your eyes were still puffy, so you might as well have been crying. Yeah? Has your year been good, Adriana?
Not going as planned, but I have hope still.
What are the detours for you? Did they also close down Rosecrans for you? Because Rosecrans is closed for a brief bit.
You're giving them more and more clues where you live.
Oh, they know. I tell them where I live every episode. I put clues into the description so they can find my address.
Oh my god.
Please send fan mail.
Please send fan mail. Give me a reason to wake up. The year is not going as planned? No.
What about you?
It's going pretty terrible. I'm very lonely at night, and it's wonderful. So thank you for being on the show. Anyway, would you like to introduce today's topic for our dear listeners?
Film scores.
Whoa.
Trilogies.
Or trilogies,
Just kidding.
whichever comes last.
I'm just kidding. I
Now,
don't care.
for those of them who may not know what a film or a score is, could you try to define for us what a film score is?
Probably the least remembered part of a movie.
What?
Oh
You're
my
crazy.
No, that's
crazy.
well. That's what they say. The best scores are the ones you don't hear, you don't remember. Because,
Like the ones you don't think about in the moment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you're just so immersed in them. Quote.
yeah, because they're doing their job.
Rebuttal.
Dissenting opinion.
Hot take.
But it's the music behind a movie, basically.
The music behind the movie, and as we all know, movies are nothing without music. Who's Charlie Chaplin anyway? So, would you like to start off? I think we're just going to go around. Each of us will bring at least one film score that we really love. And I guess I'll start with you, Adriana. What is one film score? Because I think we can all agree there's numerous we all love and everyone knows. But what is one that's special to you?
Having to pick one is hard. I mean, anything John Williams, but I feel like that's a cop-out, because everyone loves anything John Williams.
Yeah, Ed.
I could listen to him snoring for 2 hours and be like, oh, it's so masterful.
Why is it so rhythmic? It's weird.
Oh my god.
Why is he so into it? Why is he looking at me through the recording?
Did John Williams do the Fates?
Yeah, he did all of it.
Yeah.
Nuts.
all
And he
of
did
them.
Yub Nub too.
Let's go. Yeah, let's put those on equal footing,
my
Chris.
God.
They kind of are.
No, they're not. I don't know. Do you have a John Williams score? What do you guys? What's a better theme? The Force from Star Wars or Indiana Jones theme?
The Force from Star Wars?
The Force
the
theme.
Force theme.
When he's looking out into the Twin Suns and that sort of sweepy music comes out.
The actual Force.
The actual Force.
Well, they're good for different things. The Force one is so much more emotional, but then Indiana Jones is so fun and adventurous.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is as emotional as it can get. He has a bad relationship with his father.
Oh my god.
And with his son.
That's why he tries to have
And every
fun.
woman he interacts with.
That's not true. He and Marion get back together and they get married.
By accident.
Yeah. No.
By chance.
They just happen to have a kid together.
Oh my god.
Coincidence.
She just happens to be in the jungle where he is.
Shia just happens to be an extra in Greece.
He's a teacher part-time.
He's old. Don't laugh at that. John Williams, I feel like he is the pinnacle of movie composing because he has so many iconic themes. There's Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jaws, Superman. Others.
Hook. What else did
I don't remember Hook. Hook is...
That one's pretty.
Hook is weird because I
It's
feel...
a weird movie, yeah.
Because we remember it as being so much better than it is, and it's really a hot pile of shit.
Fuck you, Ed.
Oh my
You like
god.
Hook?
Why not? It's fun.
like
Hook is...
it. It's
I
fun.
think it's pretty bad.
You think Return of the Jedi is
It's
bad?
not top
Return of the
Spielberg, but
Jedi is
it's-
not bad. It's just not great.
Sure, Ed.
It's fine.
Sure.
Return of the Jedi is 5 out of 10. Right?
You say Force Awakens is better than Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. I'd rather watch Force
Excuse you.
Awakens. Hot take. I'd rather watch Force
No,
Awakens.
because it's just recycled. I'd rather just watch episode 4 and then watch episode 6 for something, satisfying.
The thing about episode 6 is that they have so much cool stuff, like Vader actually fighting Luke and all that stuff is cool. But all the stuff on Endor's a little lame, and that's most of the movie.
The Ewoks are cool.
Ewoks. Make up for
are
everything.
cute. They do not.
It makes them look tougher because they have like traps set for something huge.
Yeah.
already. You ever heard about that? Dude,
what?
they have like
the logs that come in and they smush the guy. That's all
they
I
have that
remember.
ready. For something
Why do they have
huge.
that ready?
They gotta eat.
They gotta eat the giant ass thing coming through.
Yeah.
What if that was just a leg coming through? They just like tapped on some giant monster's leg.
That would hurt your knee.
they couldn't eat it. I mean,
would
they
fall
just
down.
bite into it while it fall down.
It would fall down and they throw their rocks at it. Where's my
Ewoks are cute.
Where's my Ewok backstory?
Where's your Ewok prequel? They made them.
Ewok solo
made the
movies. I know,
Ewok
you're
2
right, they did.
solo
And they
movies.
talked.
And did they?
Yeah, they spoke English.
That's pretty gross. Who's that for? It's for the kids.
No, it's for
Yeah.
it's for the people that grew up with episode 6.
The people who will actually give a shit about episode 6. Chris, do you have any
Look
film
at this
scores?
fucking bitch.
Oh, shit!
I got right up in the mic.
You
for
did,
that.
you did. What about film scores for you, Chris? What are some that stand out for you?
Danny Elfman's scores. Danny Elfman's
are
great.
Yeah, he's weird. Because he's everywhere at the
Yeah.
same time.
He's good at like an Oingo Boingo, and he's good at like instrumental stuff. Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Batman.
Spider-Man theme is one of the best themes in general.
Yeah.
So is the Simpsons theme, which is
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Because it's always so easy to forget that he made one of the best TV
Yeah.
show themes ever.
Almost iconic.
I really enjoy. I feel like his Batman's theme is still the definitive one, though. And I love the Hans Zimmer Dark Knight like crime thriller theme.
Should have acapella'd that.
We should have called that one. Now, that'd have shown him. But I feel like with the Batman Danny Elfman theme, it has that cool comic booky sort of wackiness to it still, while still being really dark, in my opinion.
But don't put wackiness in my episode 6. Oh, don't.
No, don't. Get that shit out of my Star Wars.
All right, I'm done.
Get those
bringing that
fish
up.
wives out of here. Or keep them in, I don't care.
Fishwives.
Luke had to stay happy on that island somehow, Chris.
I'm telling you, those were his kids that he trained and that got killed.
have you watched Rick and Morty, Adriana?
Not all of it.
You haven't-
Halfway at the end of season 2.
Okay. You've caught up with Rick and Morty, right, Chris?
Andres, give me back my season 1 Blu-ray. Go on.
At Andres. You know that episode where they go into Beth's like make-believe world? This is a spoiler for you, Adriana. And spoiler
yeah.
for Rick and Morty
Oh,
season
wow.
3. But they basically go into this world that Rick created for Beth. And
Oh, yeah.
they left a kid there accidentally for like 20 years, and he ended up like having sex with all the creatures there and cannibalizing all his children.
Oh my god.
And I just kept thinking of that when Luke was on the island.
Oh my god.
They had to show you how he lived, so he
They
would think
did.
that.
So he ate the fish, but he also had sex with the fish? I don't know.
All right,
What's going on, Chris? I don't know. Can your Ewoks explain this, Chris?
No, they don't need to because they're off doing their own shit with weird white kids.
What do you guys think of the Edward Scissorhands score?
It's nice. It's Christmassy.
It's really nice, and I feel like it's the best part of the movie for me because I don't really gravitate towards it the way people do. But oh yeah, they did the Jesus ice sculptures and stuff.
Yeah.
It warms my heart.
He is Jesus.
Yeah,
You see his arms are always spread out. Don't touch me. I can't hold you.
his fingers are always nasty, unfiled, sharp, disgusting. But yeah, what are some Danny
Sensual.
Elfman themes that you dig? Because I feel like he has so many.
I love Spider-Man. I mean, what else?
So,
Others, he did others.
I wish I could look it up right now, but your internet is
see.
killing me, Ed.
Then use your internet, Chris.
I have Sprint.
Redact. I don't know. With the Spider-Man theme, it's still a bonkers theme. You know what I mean? Because it's not like there's no sense of city to it in any sense. So you think of the Superman theme, and you can picture that figure flying in the middle of the
Yeah.
city. You think Spider-Man, and it's kind of a dark, a little like disturbing theme if you like just listen to it on its own. It's a great piece of music. And plus, I always associate it with those Alex Ross openings for Spider-Man 2 with like the webs and the artwork going through the credits, and it's like, oh my god, that's just my heart going away for it. What'd you guys think of the Dark Knight theme?
You're gonna have to play it for me, bud.
I know. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Is it just the violins?
It's like dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah.
dun. It's that one.
That's cheesy.
You didn't like it?
I know. I like it. It's just cheesy.
Yeah, it's very like serious,
Rachel.
just serious for serious sake, which is cool, but it's not Batman.
What was happening to Rachel in that scene when he's driving with her in the Batmobile? Like, what did Scarecrow do to her? Put a poison in
she
her?
had like the toxin in her lungs.
Yeah, that's right.
But doesn't
So
everybody
who's
get in their
counting
lungs? Why
it?
was she dying from it?
I don't know, Chris. I don't remember Batman Begins, which is on Netflix now.
Oh,
So
damn
we'll
it.
watch
I
that.
thought it on Blu-ray.
Wow.
Yeah, mistakes. First mistake of the night. End of the new year. Could you imagine? That'd be nice.
Oh, yeah.
What other composers? Hans Zimmer.
Oh, Hans Zimmer's
I
pretty good.
love
He
Hans
did The
Zimmer.
Lion King, which is weird.
He did?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He did, like,
Oh.
the score, but Elton John did the cool stuff.
Yeah,
He didn't do Circle of Life, and that's the only one that really matters.
Circle of Life is pretty... I like how there are two versions of it. Is that the one that there are two versions? Oh, no, the love song.
the love. Yeah, that's the
What
love.
is it?
song.
How do you feel the love tonight? There's two versions of it, which I love. You get both. You get the because that's like one of the few instances where the Disney cover is good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like usually it's like, oh, we have Demi Lovato singing "Let It Go."
He did Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Just Dead
Yeah,
Man
yeah.
Chest
And he made
on?
Gladiator sound exactly like it.
Back up.
Back up.
Don't touch me.
Too late.
You don't...
But well, you have some experience with Gladiator, right,
Oh
Adriana?
my god, I was in marching band, and that was one of our field shows. So yeah, I've played it a million times and have it memorized.
Is it one of your favorite themes or one of like your least favorite? Have you grown sick of it?
No, I'm not sick of it. It's a really good theme, but I don't know if it's one of my favorites.
What?
I feel like those were there were always movie themes that people played, like middle school bands played because people could remember them. And it's like, oh, we've played all of the classical music. Now here's Star
Because
Wars.
kids don't care about the classical music.
No.
Like, I genuinely enjoyed playing all those film scores
Yeah.
because I'm a film nerd. But
Can I be honest and say, if I was like in the gymnasium and you guys came out and played the Gladiator theme, I'd be like, what?
No, I don't think any kid
I
would be
know.
like, oh yeah, Ridley Scott's Gladiator, classic.
Ridley Scott did that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Wow.
Best picture winner. Right,
I
right,
like,
right.
I like Joaquin Phoenix.
He's so good in it.
Uh-huh.
Is his lip thing, is that like actually him?
You know what?
You know how he has that thing on
I
his
need
lip?
to watch.
No, I don't. I think it is, right? It wasn't like makeup for the character?
I don't know.
Because I always see him in mustaches now. Like in Her and
Which
The
he was
Master.
good in too.
Oh, Her is so good. Her has a great
yeah, it
soundtrack
does.
and
Oh.
score. Have you seen Her?
No.
Oh, that's one of the best. I will loan you the Blu-ray after this because it is
I
so
will loan you the Blu-ray.
good. No, you know what, Chris? I
been
got
wanting
this
to
one.
watch
Do you have a sleeve on yours?
Do you?
I do.
That's pretty cool.
sleeves
Is
are
it
nice.
sleeves? Are
Wow,
sleeves
so
make
fancy.
okay?
Oh.
Adriana.
It's
We're
nice
just
in
trying
a
to feel
collection.
good.
It looks naked if you don't have it. And I don't want something naked in my room. It's weird.
I don't want something naked hanging out in my drawer all day. That'd be weird.
Wee.
Score.
Oh my god, you know what other score John Williams did? He did Harry Potter.
He
and that
did.
was my
He did the theme for
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
yeah,
didn't he?
that was my senior year field show. So
Yeah.
I did Harry Potter too.
Ooh, you did that entering Hogwarts theme. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, right?
They made us sing. Like, I don't even remember. There's a part like
Sung it.
double trouble, double bubble, boil, and something like it's weird.
I
Like I don't
understand
remember.
those words. So it works
I
out
don't
perfectly.
remember
Bubble, bubble.
that being in any of the movies, but apparently it was. And he made our band director made us sing that at the beginning of the show before we started playing the Harry Potter
To establish a mood.
I
Bubble,
I
bubble.
guess I hated it so much.
Bubble, bubble, toil, and trouble.
Yeah, something double
Is
bubble.
that real? Was
Yeah,
that?
that's
Oh,
something.
wow.
It's something. I don't know what it's from, but
I don't know if it's this, but it's definitely something.
Yeah.
Somebody took over for him out because he did the first two movies, right?
Yeah.
And then there was like James Newton Howard
and then
or
Alexander
someone.
Desplat or something like that.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
he
yeah.
do one?
No. Yeah,
Or
he
did he
did.
do all of them?
I don't know if he did the rest, but I know he did one. Mm-hmm. And
I feel like it was Prisoner of Azkaban.
which is the best.
I feel like
one.
that would have. Yeah, it is. I think so. It has the. That's the most. Ooh, we agree.
It's got the
on
most
something this
wackiness.
episode.
There's time travel.
The time travel is actually my least favorite part. I feel like I love time travel, and then you just put it in for the movie in the last 20 minutes. It's a little. I don't know, but I like that movie a lot.
I got no money yet, so please stop. I don't know.
But yeah, that's a great film score. I really like. Personally, I'm gonna bring up my favorite, my man that everyone else hates, Woody Allen. But Midnight in Paris, that dude knows music. Midnight in Paris
weirdo.
has one of the best film scores. I know, Chris. I've
Who
never
scored it?
disagreed. He used a lot of this guy called. I guess Colin Hawks, I think. He did a lot of covers for these for these songs from the 20s, and it is insane. It's so
Did
good.
Woody Allen do the music, or was it just in his movie?
It was just in his movie.
Then
Why
bring
are
up
you
the
praising
composer.
Woody Allen for this?
Because every single one of his movies has this sort of
chooses.
reoccurring jazz element to it. All of his movies have this fantastic jazz, and I love it. The dude himself plays clarinet every Monday at a club, and there's a whole documentary called Wild Man Blues about his clarinet playing, and it's primo shit.
Wow, Woody, you're so human. Okay. He has a hobby. Wow.
He has a hobby.
And
He does normal people stuff, Chris.
He has a hobby and he has some taste in music. Wow, Ed.
Oh,
That he wants-
what's your next recommendation, Chris? What should we talk about next?
Um.
Oh man, let's talk about Spider-Man.
Okay.
Well, on why the Raimi Spider-Man scores are good, I feel like did you like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 theme?
It's okay.
I liked it a lot personally because it's a little New Yorky. It's got that trumpet going in the beginning, and they have like a bunch of people working on that score. They had like Alicia Keys, Kendrick Lamar, Hans Zimmer.
That was Kendrick.
Kendrick did the rap verse for that song.
Do you think
it was
he knew
like,
it was for Spider-Man?
I think they're just like Kendrick, Spider-Man. And he's like, "Thank you," takes the mic. But,
Only this is from Miles.
Where's Miles Morales, man? That's where this.
I'm waiting for that.
Oh, it looks so good.
Howard Shore in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That opening
are,
sort of like high theme they go with in the beginning that gets you really pumped for the mythology and stuff. Ooh, that's really good.
Because there's the theme for the ring. Like whenever there's the ring, then there's the
It's
fellowship
like that sort of
one.
yeah. Oh shit! I'm like remembering them as you're saying them.
Yeah,
Now. It's so cool.
I heard it earlier today. I think because my mom was watching it this morning.
What is your favorite? We generally like Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we love Lord of the Rings, Adriana?
Yeah. Not as much as Star Wars. What was that?
I'm just like, oh, do we love it now?
You should seem very eager to say that she enjoyed it. I don't know if she loves it. But we were talking about trilogies today, and obviously Lord of the Rings would have come up anyway because Lord of the Rings is probably one of the best, like top 5 trilogies for movies ever.
we might honestly get in the trilogies because scores are a little bit hard to talk about, to be honest, to remember them on spot.
That's true, and plus with trilogies they're continuous. Like Lord of the Rings, like you were saying, has all of those recurring elements. Spider-Man is, you hear that theme come up with a Spider-Man movie, then you have like all the nostalgia and weight from the last couple, and it brings you back home a little bit.
That violin right when it starts. I don't even want to talk about it.
So I won't. Next topic.
So Ed, your recommendation?
My recommendation? I don't know. Film scores are kind of hard.
Yeah, they
You're
are.
right. Because they're fun to talk about. Like, there's fun to talk about that one sort of aspect about it. And it's like, that's it. The guy did a good job.
The new Spider-Man one, Spider-Man Homecoming, that composer, Disney keeps giving him.
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, Disney keeps giving him all these movies, and
Yes.
there's nothing that like stands out about
Yeah,
it.
I agree. Because his
There we
Doctor
go.
Strange theme is okay.
He did Rogue One, and
Which is-
I like how he played with John Williams' original, but still like it wasn't as. There's nothing like great that stands out to me.
See, yeah, that's the thing. I felt like he was trying to do this weird inversion of John Williams' theme, and it was like, oh, we're gonna get the theme, and then we never get it. And it's like, what? But what, Michael? What are we doing here, dude?
Cool.
But in his defense, he had 4 weeks to write that score.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Amazing.
how do you do that in a month? I'm just gonna write 2 hours worth of music in a month. But I really like his Star Trek theme
I
personally.
haven't seen any Star Trek.
You don't have to, but they're pretty. But the music is the best part.
Shut up, Ed.
The music is the best part because
Shut
the first
up.
one is really good. I like that one, but I could see why people don't like that one. I think Into Darkness is bad and Beyond is fun, but they're not like
The Darkness is fine. Don't listen to him.
it's not.
No one
very
listen to
good.
him.
It's not good. Into Darkness.
what's
Hey,
the one
don't
you wrote the
listen to
essay
him.
on?
What about The Godfather?
Into Darkness. What about The Godfather? Oh yeah, we haven't brought up like the most iconic film score of all time.
But
That one's pretty good.
But he did The Incredibles.
The Incredibles is great.
That
That's
one's
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Legitimately
but like, why
great.
couldn't he do that with
Ratatouille was
with
good
Rogue
too.
One
couldn't you
or,
do,
or Homecoming?
perfection?
Ratatouille was fun.
Jurassic
I don't
World.
remember the theme for Ratatouille.
It's
to
just
be
French
honest.
stuff. It's nice. Back to the Future. Who did that one?
Ooh, Alan something Silvestri. Alan
Yeah, I
Silvestri.
love that one.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
He's doing the Ready Player One music too.
You're right.
Because John Williams had to go do Spielberg's current movie, The Post. They didn't have to. He chose to. And Alan Silvestri's like, I got this. He opted in. Because, like, if you're going to do nostalgia, you obviously go John Williams first if you can. But Alan Silvestri is a very close second. Because, I mean, you can hear, like, even not being the biggest Back to the Future fan, that theme is pretty
Here
iconic.
we go. Here we
I just
go.
said
I'm
I'm
kidding.
not
I
the
know.
biggest fan.
God.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Grow up with something for once, Ed.
Grew up with a lot of things. Loneliness was a big one.
Who did the Jurassic Park theme song?
That was
John
John Williams.
Williams.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. The dude did everything we love.
The only scores you actually remember are the ones he did. Like, that you could sing at the top of your head right now is John Williams, most
That's true.
likely.
Who did the very first Pirates of the Caribbean theme song?
Hans Zimmer.
Then that's good.
Did
He's good.
Did he do the whole score, or did he only do the theme?
I don't know.
I think he might have only done the theme.
Well,
But
I'm
not
about
sure.
to
I'm not
find
sure.
out, Ed, because you're my friend.
And we gotta fill time.
Oh my god.
Chris is investigating for us.
It's Klaus Badelt, whatever that is, and then Hans. So maybe Hans just did the theme and Klaus did everything else. Whatever.
But then Hans took the theme and
You
also
hear
did
that
an
a lot
audio.
though, because with with the Doctor Strange theme, it sounds very similar to the Star Trek theme. Because I've listened to that Star Trek theme extensively. Like I listen to it as I walk because I want to feel good sometimes. But it's kind of cool when composers overlap like that. Like we were talking before the show, Superman and Star Wars get mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
Oh yeah, the original Blade
I
Runner
know.
I've seen. That has a pretty good score.
What about the theme for 2001: A Space Odyssey? Do you know that
Yeah.
one? Do you know it off the top of
It's
your head?
Yeah, okay. I always think of Toy Story, because I haven't seen 2001, but I always think of Toy Story,
Oh, yeah.
which is...
You haven't seen 2001?
No, I haven't. That's on the
haven't either.
list. Oh my
Gosh.
god. Movie night? Question mark?
I've seen it, so I'm just going to laugh the whole time. I'm just
God.
kidding.
Hey, 2001 was good. Ha ha ha. I would know.
Have you seen Blade Runner yet?
Blade? Yeah, I saw Blade Runner.
The new one.
Not the new one.
just-
I've heard we heard the score when we saw like a visual reel for it in class, and that score is pretty sick. That score is like it's got that cool Blade Runner-y sound to it. You know, it's that sort of I don't even know how to describe it, but you think dystopia in science.
Just a lot of synth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Synth music is pretty good, and I noticed that one of my current favorite directors, Taika Waititi, uses a lot of that sort of synthesizer sound in his movies, like in Hunt for the Wilder People. Like the
Yeah.
score has so much synthesizer, and in Thor Ragnarok, that is like the
Yeah.
theme. And Thor Ragnarok has one of the better Marvel scores, I think, because for me, I think they're not very memorable besides the Avengers. And
Captain America's.
yeah, Captain America, yeah, that's a pretty good one. But then Iron Man you kind of associate with AC/DC,
Yeah.
which is like, well, he's awesome. But
What's the Iron Man theme?
yeah, because they did Iron Man 3 is where they did it, right?
No, what?
That's where they actually gave him a real theme, right?
Yeah, throw that on her
Oh,
like
because
that?
there was
No, I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
the...
What about the Psycho theme?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I
No,
just
it's
saw it
okay.
last
It's worth
year.
asking.
I saw it
Yeah.
last year. Have you seen the trailer for it?
It's Alfred Hitchcock basically explaining the movie,
Yeah,
right?
no,
And he's
well,
like, no
kind of.
spoilers.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I love all the trailers for Alfred Hitchcock movies are like, so this is how the movie was made. Here's a little bit of cool stuff. Don't talk about the movie.
I heard he was an asshole.
Yeah, I heard he was
Well, yeah.
pretty terrible to his leading ladies.
Who do you think was worse? Who directed The Shining again?
Kubrick?
Yeah, who do you think was worse, Kubrick or Hitchcock?
I'd bet Kubrick.
I haven't heard much about Kubrick as much as I've heard about.
Did you hear
Oh,
about Shelley Duvall, right? You know that one, right? Yeah, everyone knows that. That's enough.
That Shelley Duvall stuff is pretty hard to think about.
Have you seen her now?
She doesn't look that bad.
No, yes she is. Yes she
Who
does.
am I thinking of then?
Oh,
you
Jack
don't think
Nicholson.
No. I'm thinking of Jack Nicholson. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of what's the girl from Shining? Sissy Spacek. She looks pretty good for her age.
Damn it, Ed, your internet.
But yeah, Shelley Duvall. I liked her.
She's crazy now.
Is she really?
She says that like Robin Williams didn't die; he's just shape shifting, and she
I would watch that movie.
she looks
I
she
wish.
looks sad.
I bet. I don't know. She had a very interesting face.
She was pretty.
You thought so?
Yeah,
I don't think she was ugly, but I thought she was very interesting. She was perfect for
Yeah, for that movie.
the
Have you
role.
seen her now?
Oh my god.
I know. That makes me
Why
sad.
do people we love get old? Why do they wither and waste?
Okay, Home Alone.
What you have we? Oh, I can't remember the Home Alone theme.
I can't remember that one.
It's whimsical. It's fun.
John Williams did that one too.
God
Did he?
Yeah.
fuck this man.
You know, we've both seen The Godfather, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon had a good.
Oh my God, Adriana hasn't seen The Godfather.
I
I'm calling her
know.
out.
You haven't seen The Godfather?
No.
There's
It's
a
very-
horse head.
Oh, well, I know that.
Oh, well, that.
But How to Train Your Dragon, I love that one too.
That's got a pretty good score. That movie I liked. Did you guys see it in 3D?
No.
Yeah,
The 3D for those movies are pretty good. All things considered. The second one had really good.
there's another one coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were going to
fair
make like 5 of them, and then the second one kind of underperformed, so they scaled it back to one more.
Kind of. It
I
got good.
liked the second one.
Yeah, Ed didn't.
It grew on me. Well, no,
Did?
I liked it. Yeah.
I remember like we were gonna watch it, and you just kept saying how you didn't like the first one.
Yeah, I didn't love the first one. But the second one I actually like more, if we're being...
I like
Honest.
the second one more.
Yeah, the second one is a little... Maybe it's because they made Hiccup sexy, finally.
I liked
my
him
God.
awkward.
Answered the
I liked
question.
him awkward. It felt good because I was very thin at the time. Now I'm Hiccup.
What?
I'm How to Train Your Dragon 2 Hiccup. Look at my chin. I have hair.
Am I a villain? But
Am I running from something?
no. The second one, I feel like it's a little more. I don't know. Maybe it's because we don't need to introduce all the characters, and I like that they kind of delve deeper into who each of them are.
Gwyneth Paltrow was in Hook. Oh, she was a kid, wasn't she?
Was she?
Maybe.
She was in it?
Cecil right there. Gwyneth Paltrow, Julia Roberts.
What?
She was Tinkerbell. She was the model for Tinkerbell,
Julia-
where they would put on Julia Roberts' face on her body.
Oh, Forrest Gump, that's right.
Ed thinks it's overrated because he has AIDS.
No, it's not that. It's not that it's overrated. I think the movie is more negative than anyone kind of. I think the movie's kind of inherently a negative movie.
I don't view it as that.
Yeah, because I feel like it. Well, the thing is, I feel like it doesn't realize it's how negative it is. It's sort of not self-aware. But I like the feather. I'll admit, I like the opening shot because it's cool that they do a whole
That's
tracking.
what you like about the movie.
I like the
because it's the
wackiness.
first CGI.
yeah.
I don't know if it's the first CGI. It's the first CGI something, but it's like the first CGI shot. Or
I heard
something.
it was real.
You heard it was real, Chris?
Yeah.
You heard they were like, we got to nail this with this feather.
And they did, very first try.
That's the thing about Robert Zemeckis. He always tries, even though I don't love his movies, like his current movies. His older ones are obviously pretty great, but he'll always be into the technology aspect of most movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can get back that.
Okay.
I can get back that. Because Mars Needs Moms was the worst, but he did try to do like a fully animated mocap movie, which is ambitious.
Mocap's weird. Mocap is weird in that movie. Everyone looks weird.
Yeah, because they look like they're all like 40 to 70 pounds too light, but they're still like attached to gravity when they should be floating away. And he was going to remake Yellow Submarine, which would have been awesome.
Movie?
Yeah, because he would have done it in 3D.
Who would have done the voices?
Well, just voice actors. They had a cast like down and everything, but I guess when Disney bought Star Wars or something, that got put on the back burner because they put all their money into Star Wars.
Wait, Disney was gonna remake it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was going to be Zemeckis because he also did A Christmas Carol with Disney.
Yeah,
and he had a lot of control over how that turned out.
That was okay. I liked it.
Was it
I
good?
liked that one.
I saw it, but I don't really remember. I remember thinking that looks like Jim Carrey. That CGI, like, which was cool. And the Beetlejuice theme is really good.
Yeah, Danny Elfman did that.
Yeah. Oh, I love all. The music is so tied to that movie. It's what makes the movie so fun. That's me, clearly.
Okay. What about Titanic? James Horner.
James Horner. Yeah, I just think of Celine Dion.
Isn't
Like
he?
even just talking about the movie, I just
Yeah.
think of her. Because I don't know. Do you guys like Titanic though?
It's okay. The last part is the best part.
Yeah. It's a long movie.
I cry. I used to cry because I'm a boy.
Because I have feelings and
Boys-
emotions.
Boys can cry now.
What about the
They're allowed
Casper
to?
theme?
The Casper thing.
Iconic. It's number 5 on the list.
Is it really?
No. No one remembers Casper.
I would believe that. That was IMDb, right?
No, I don't know what it was on. I don't think it was IMDb.
What about The Karate Kid? What about Avatar, the highest grossing movie of all time? Can we remember the theme for that movie?
No.
No.
Because it's generic.
Avatar's a generic movie.
It's just big corporations chopping down trees. That's all it is.
And they're making 5 more, so you're going to have some more of that.
Win, Cameron. Win.
Disney is apparently super pumped that they're going to have Avatar. And I would be too.
Oh, they're getting that?
Well, they're getting everything. But I would be pumped for Avatar, but just not the movies.
Because they added Pandora to...
To Disney World, yeah.
Yeah.
And that looks awesome. I would want to go there. And I would want to go touch tails with some of these animals.
I'm so tired of Disney being like on everything.
Yeah, I am too. Pretty disheartening to think, Disney owns this. Pretty soon they're going to be... I was thinking, like, what's one thing they don't sell? They sell food, because they have, like, that Donald Duck orange juice. They sell, like, clothing. They sell toys. Movies. They own 20... If the Fox deal goes through, they'll own 27% of the film industry.
Jesus Christ.
They don't sell sex toys.
I knew you were going to go there, because I went there. In my head, I was like, what could they not sell? But I would be willing
I'm sure
to bet.
someone does, though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Telling me there's not a sex toy out there with a Disney character on it?
There's not a Mickey Mouse dildo. It exists, okay?
A Minnie Mouse blow up. It's weird, but it might work.
Okay,
what's so
it might
wrong?
work.
You guys got
Okay.
quiet with the blow up doll, but you guys were laughing with the dildo. Okay, all right.
I think it's funny how you said it might work. Like, it's feasible. We could make this work.
What's the same with the dildo?
No.
What are they gonna
The
do?
mouse ears.
They're gonna have the ears.
Yeah, just 3 ears. They're
I
foldable.
picture the character's head on the end of it, just looking at you, making noises.
Oh boy, oh.
On my way out.
Oh my god.
He's just really excited to be there.
headache.
There's gonna be a Disney blow-up doll. It's gonna be one of the princesses.
Yeah.
There's something so wrong. That's so much worse than.
You
like,
want
the
a
Mickey
Minnie Mouse one?
I don't want anything, Chris.
You
But
want an animal
somehow
one?
that just reminds me.
You wouldn't
want to
look at Belle? Or Pocahontas?
or the Beast for ladies. They diversify
Specifically for the ladies.
for the ladies. This is the ladies' line of sex with love dolls.
Beast.
Don't know how that would work. There'd be like one.
That's not. What the fuck are we talking about?
Somebody brought this up. It wasn't me. But
Do you think they would play music while you have sex with them?
it might come with like a free iTunes download for the album.
A free trial with.
I feel like they would make that for their bad movies. Like Mars Needs Moms would have a whole line of this stuff. Force you to digitally download the movie so it could be immersive. End conversation.
This is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
What are their scores?
Disney,
Oh, we're past that.
Disney, we're past that. Disney, we gave you an idea. We want.
We want to cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at the very least, first dibs.
Whoa. No, I want first dibs. They're gonna be like what's it called? What is it called? Like before like the final product.
Oh, we want to test that.
Yeah,
shit?
we get the prototypes,
Yeah, all of them.
which means that it's been used already.
Oh my
So we get that.
So you want the prototype?
I don't want that.
after-
I'm saying I don't want first dibs because I know that's what we're gonna get.
All we're gonna get is first dibs for the sex toys.
Will they add Fur to the Beast one? That's what I want to know.
Why else would you buy it?
It's literally like a balloon that's blown up with Beast face on it.
But it's either that or Jim Carrey in The Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you seen his nose? It's
It's
long.
big in that movie.
Yeah.
A little racist.
He's not Jewish.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Well, that was me. I shall take credit for that
Have
one.
you seen Blade Runner? I'm just kidding.
Have you seen King Kong?
I have. I actually have.
That's on Netflix too. They're
The
putting
old-
everything
the
on
old
Netflix.
one?
That's right. I just
The new
saw
one,
it.
no, the newer one.
The
2005.
Skull. I saw
That
that.
has a
one.
pretty good theme, the score too.
It's okay.
Bringing it back around.
It's okay.
I like that one.
The movie's okay.
I feel like it's still a half hour too long.
There's not enough Kong. I'm tired of humans. Fuck these people.
I actually
you
liked
didn't.
the love story, but I still thought it was like 30 minutes too long.
Cut him off. Derek, cut him off.
Derek, end the show. Derek, eject Chris.
Stop giving him free reign to talk about whatever he wants.
I will talk about Peter Jackson's masterpiece. Although I find
I
that I'm
love
in
that. I love that movie.
the
The
2005 one.
soundtrack for that one is so good too. Like the Beauty Killed the Beast thing. That one's so good. Oh, why is everyone quiet?
Wait, are we talking about the 2005 Cog movie?
You said Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about on
So was
Netflix.
I,
Yeah.
Oh, that's on.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Skull Island.
No.
Oh.
Skull Island is not great.
You said the new one. That's the newest one that
Oh,
came
it
out.
is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I forgot Skull Island existed.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
we saw it.
You met the production designer and you forgot it existed.
Yeah, the production designer was cool. He was a nice.
He was a nice
fella, and he did a lot of work.
He's got his name tag and what movie he worked on. Like, oh, what did you do?
Oh, who are you? What's your role here? But yeah,
Jack Black in nice clothing.
So two other iconic scores are just generally. Before we wrap it up, first one, James Bond. Do we generally like James Bond at this table?
No.
No?
Oh, Adriana, explain.
You've shaken. You've not stirred this conversation.
We watched Goldfinger and I did not like it.
The other
And
one-
I mean,
the other
a
one's
lot of like,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of
can't even
it,
defend
my
it.
dislike is because of the like rape fantasies and all of like every treatment of women is awful in it, but I don't know, I didn't love it. I mean, the 60s also makes me cringe. Like every aesthetic from between the 60s and 70s kind of awful to me.
Oh, you thought it was aesthetically displeasing?
Well, no, that's not my no.
rebuttal.
I mean, the score is like the only good thing that I
Oh,
that
but
I take
like,
from
I
it.
liked even like the look of, because I can understand like the social stuff. That's pretty like
Pretty
I
awful.
love the James Bond movies, and I'll never be like no, this is the right way to go. But I like even the aesthetic of the '60s. I feel like it's kind of
I mean, it's suited.
it's so experimental in a weird way.
Does it make you feel weird?
But what I like what I like about the James Bond films is that they all have like that song like Goldfinger or Skyfall, and I love that the film score is directly tied to that song every time. So like the Skyfall score is so good in my opinion because Adele really nailed it with that song. And I don't know if it's or like the new one. What is the new one? Spectre, which isn't a great movie, but Sam Smith's song is really good. What's it called? Writing on the Wall. That's right, Chris. You're right.
I watched the opening so many times. When I
It's
worked at that
it's
movie
really
theater.
good, even though again,
It's
like
weird.
the weird sex stuff. Like James Bond and sex is always a little uncomfortable, but in Skyfall they treat it a little interestingly, I think. But in every other movie, it's
They
like
make
Yeesh.
They make him more human in like the Daniel Craig ones. Apparently they're going
Yeah.
back to campy in like the later films.
Which they did in Spectre. Spectre was super campy, and it wasn't bad. It was just like boring, which I think is kind of the worst thing a James Bond movie can be. But Casino Royale is one of the best spy movies, like in my opinion, ever. Like it's just one of my personal favorite spy movies. It's so good. It's also an epic. Like it's 2.5 hours long, and Bond actually changes from beginning to end because it's an origin story. And, like, the Bond movies aren't, like, they don't go into his personal life, but these newer ones do, which is kind of a mixed bag, but I love it.
I've only seen Goldfinger. I saw Skyfall. I don't remember it much.
Everyone saw Skyfall. I didn't, actually.
Really?
I have not.
That was the only
theme.
James Bond movie everyone saw, I think.
I haven't seen any James Bond movie. But I know that I haven't. I know.
Oh, really?
I know the theme. I haven't seen any James Bond. There's so many, but
I just don't. I don't get the hype with James Bond. I mean, I get spies and all of that, but you get that in so many other movies. I don't love James Bond or the idea of him. The score is great, and you feel like that sneaky. I don't know if sneaky is the right word, but like
It's
that
exciting,
mood, yeah.
Yeah.
Stealthy, yeah, like
Stealthy. Sneaky,
he's the epitome of cool, dude. Everyone wants to like dress as good as him, be as smooth to the ladies. I know it's uncomfortable, but I mean, like,
ideally smooth.
Yeah.
Like he
the
can
idea
clearly...
of being cool and everything is great, but I don't know. I've just never gotten into the idea of James Bond.
Which is understandable because I feel like the idea, and which is why I like Casino Royale, because they take that idea and they do a lot of inversion with it. Like they take it inside out, and it's one of the best. It's so good.
What is this?
It's so good. I'm squeezing the air right now because I gotta. It's so good. It's not tangible, and I want it to be tangible.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's talk about the last score of the day, which is. Would you like to say it, Adriana? What the last score on our minds are?
Toy Story?
Yeah. Yes. Toy Story.
I thought we were talking about Little Mermaid.
What's that guy's name? Alan Menken is pretty good.
Dude, I don't even know. I just know the music.
Alan Menken knows how to make good music.
Did he write the lyrics or just like the instrumental?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't he get Oscar for Under the Sea?
Did he?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that one was best original song.
Do you think he wrote it for a Jamaican accent?
Oh my god.
Do you think he was angry about that?
Little Mermaid is a weird movie.
She kills everyone. For love, basically.
For love.
She's the worst princess.
That was my favorite childhood movie, and then I watched it like older, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is awful."
We don't get the hype.
I don't know. It's one of those movies that Disney's done a good job of like building up to being better than it was.
Yeah.
Like Beauty and the Beast, in my opinion. Oh my god, it's my favorite Disney princess movie. It's
You
so
do
good.
want the beast sex thing.
Wink, wink. Why else would I bring it up, Chris? But, that's all Alan Menken. He's bringing that Broadway aesthetic to the Disney films, which really invigorated him.
Who did Aladdin? Was it him?
Ooh, I think it was him.
It's another white man, that's for sure.
For sure it wasn't anybody of color. But, okay, well, with Toy Story, I like that Randy Newman did the music for them, except for Toy Story 2's best song, which is When Somebody Loved Me, which I play, like, every night.
Makes you cry.
Except I've never been loved, so it doesn't really work as well, but it still hurts. It still hurts.
I
I still go to bed in pain.
Oh my god.
But it's like Chris was saying earlier, all the music for each of the movies is just so perfect, and it feels timeless, and it brings back these childhood feelings, and I mean, I never had that sort of relationship with a toy, I'll admit it.
I did.
But I could have if I watched this movie sooner.
I felt bad that I didn't have a relationship like that with most of my toys. I had some with, I had that with a few, but not all of them, and I felt bad that I didn't play with all of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
You
shit.
felt like you neglected them?
Kind of.
Yeah.
They were under the bed collecting dust. Let's talk about the incinerator scene music. Do you remember that?
No.
What?
I remember it being super dramatic and like.
Yeah.
I was sad.
And I remember knowing they were going to live, but like, what if they died?
It's
Like,
just
what
weird
if they're just burned
It's just
up?
weird that they accept they're done.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so like weirdly mature.
Oh, I like
mean,
it too. It's just weird for a kids movie. Though.
Oh, it is. They all start holding hands, and you're like, wait, why is this Holocaust imagery happening? Don't let it happen.
It's weird. They get stuck in a prison, then they get put in an incinerator.
Oh my god.
It's weird.
I never thought about that.
Dark. Yeah, but I mean, you can find Holocaust ties with like every movie if you really want to.
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. So with that being said, we're now going to move on to. Are there any last thoughts on film scores before we move on to recommendations for the day?
Love them. Stop getting so generic with them.
You know.
Make more good ones at Marvel.
Is it weird that is it weird that I got excited though when I heard the Avengers theme song for Infinity War?
Oh, they were just like twisting your emotions like all the trailers do.
Yeah.
They did it with Jurassic World where they slow down the theme and you're like, ah.
No, but that didn't work because I don't like Jurassic World.
But that first trailer was still like, oh my god, it's back. You didn't think so?
No.
I mean, you don't really have to like
Defy.
Jurassic World to like the theme.
I hated what they did with John Williams' score in that movie too, because they play like the main part where, like in the original one, when Sam Neill and Laura Dern are seeing the dinosaurs for the first time, that grand theme and everything.
Scam, the grand scam.
They use that part of the song in Jurassic World, and you're looking at trees and buildings.
I remember.
And that was the beginning of the movie, and that made me so mad because of how much I respect John Williams and the music.
Yeah, they're looking at like the weird downtown Disney part of the
Yeah,
park, right?
you're looking at that.
The
You're supposed to
shops.
be looking at something amazing,
Like
not
the Jamba
trees.
Juice.
Yeah.
But
I think it can be a little bit defendable. I'm not defending. I just think like, hey, this idea actually works, and that's why they're like.
That's the thing. It's a cool idea, like a functioning park. I would watch a movie about that. But it's like, hey, look how terrible capitalism and commercialism is. Also, this is brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
I mean, you can say this. You can say the same thing about when they played Superman's like theme in Justice League when he was punching the monument of people that died. Like that was like the wrong time to play it.
They play it at the weirdest part. But that movie is just
What did they play it at the grave digging scene?
the grave. Yeah. Oh my god, I would love that. That'd make the grave digging scene so much better. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? And it's still the best scene in the movie. Also,
Yeah.
the worst scene in the movie. It's amazing.
Why did
Terrible.
it? Who wrote that? And who greenlit that?
I have the feeling Joss Whedon wrote that. That's my gut.
Yeah, he's probably like, I can't do this in Marvel.
But they took a lot of control away from Joss Whedon when they were making Justice League. They he basically said they cut a lot of his stuff. Alrighty, now we're doing the recommendations portion of the show. We're going to recommend anything, whether it be movies or just general life choices, to our dear, wonderful listeners. Adriana, would you like to go first with your recommendation?
I recommend packing your own lunch. You know, I've encountered so many college students and older, I guess adults, young adults still, that still have their mothers make their lunch. And that's a problem to me. Like, learn how to cook your own food, please.
My mom.
We get it.
And
we
it's
get
cheaper.
it.
You save money and healthier. So yeah, make your own lunch.
My mom loves me.
I've been making my own lunch since like 4th grade. My mom made me grow up fast.
Look, honey, they're not going to make your lunches for you in the real world. Here's some celery. That's a pretty good recommendation because if I packed my own lunch more often, I wouldn't eat out so much.
Yeah.
But I love eating out, so
I mean, we all
don't take away what I love. Don't take away the one thing I've got.
Don't make me think that my mom likes me anymore. She does. 'Cause I know she hates me.
Well, yeah. Chris, what is your recommendation for our listeners this week?
I recommend giving Parking Lot Boys a listen because Bobby's been on here at least twice. And it's only fair that they get a shout out from us, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've done it before, but you know what? They deserve more attention. They're good. They have video. So, like, if you like visuals, there you go. Mm-hmm. We'll get on that eventually. God, I fucking hope. No.
Just because you said that, we won't know. Since you want it to happen, we'll never know.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're fun. If they're enjoyable. If you like, they touch on more serious stuff than we do. So if you want to get into some heated arguments with yourself,
with you and your earbuds,
yeah, there you go.
Although, yeah, they are a lot of fun, and Bobby's great. He's going to be on. He's the current champ for 1v1 me, so he's got to.
Yeah, he is.
You got to take that boy. Well, you got to take that boy down. And anyway, so my recommendation: I've been watching a movie a week, and that's my goal for 2018 or a day for 2018 is to watch a movie every day. And I've seen some pretty good ones, but I kind of want to point out one movie that I think a lot of people haven't seen, which is My Life as a Zucchini.
I was going to ask how that was.
Oh, it's so good. It's really short. It's this French animated film with this claymation. It's only an hour and 7 minutes, but it is fantastic. It was nominated for Best Picture a couple of years, or for Best Animated Picture a couple of years ago. And it's this really sweet film about these orphans growing up. And you think, oh, one of them's going to be bullied and blah, blah, blah. And it takes all these tropes that you're familiar with and it just subverts them in service of like this really loving and caring story. So check that out if you like good movies.
What is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh.
It is on
It is
Netflix
now?
currently, yeah. and it's really good, and I would recommend, because it's weird. It's one of those films that, like, I think it's rated PG, but you're like, whoa, this is a kind of mature movie, and it's kind of dark, but it's also kind of wonderful. Anyway, so that is it for our show. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to listen each and every Tuesday. Adriana, where can people find you on social medias?
Oh, we're doing this.
You didn't tell
Mine
me.
is a private account.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we do not have to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, we were so ready to stalk.
I keep my life private.
You can find me on Instagram only at _the_milky_way. That's all I use. This is what I just said. You can DM me on Instagram for that Snapchat. I'll wink at you. Also, put your name in for the 1933 King Kong giveaway with color special feature.
I'm waiting for that. I put my name in 3 times, Chris. Haven't heard anything back yet.
Yeah, well, you know.
You know. Not all of us can win. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram at Life of Screen, and you can follow the show at Too Many Mistakes Were Made, _ between each word. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Adriana, for coming. I'm really excited to have you talk about nouns in the next episode. It's going to be really fun, really nice, and we will have you back some other time to talk about more in-depth about trilogies or maybe some other thing. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and come back next Tuesday for more Mistakes Were Made.
Oh my god.
Start the music, Derek.